Hi guys, it's the Black Bonsai Guy, and today I'm back here to do a couple prunings on some bonsais in training that I have. As you can see, this is a plant that was gifted to me last year. I did some directional pruning on it, got rid of some branches, and I have it placed in a place in my house where it gets sun and it hits it from the plant from this direction. So that's why you see the greenery growing there. So I have two more plants that I want to start pruning to be in this type of setup right here. So without further ado, I'll just pause for a second and I'll come back and just kind of show you guys the silhouette of this plant. And then we'll come back and we'll get to pruning the other ones. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just do a brief silhouette of this one. This is what I consider to be the front of the plant. However, over time that may change. I may find a different side of the plant that I like more. This plant came from Walmart, believe it or not. And I got it, I believe it was 1 year ago today. There was many branches. As you can see here, there's this ugly knot. I kind of like that knot. I left it there because the plant, it hides this ugly cut that was done on the plant. So let me see how that looks. I mean, that could potentially be a front, but I just don't like that knot being there. So I'll just turn a little bit more. And this is a ginseng bonsai, ginseng ficus, that is. That could potentially be a front. I think this is why I said the front is. And you can see the knot on the back end of it. Hopefully it continues to kind of bubble out. I don't know what it is about a ginseng ficus that does that, but I like it. It kind of helps take the eye away from this this scar that you see. Excuse me, this cut right here. See that? You know, I think that ugly knot kind of pulls your eye away from it. So this is the one that's been in training for a year. What I'll do is I will pause and get the other ones that we're about to prune. All right, so here's one of the ficuses. This is also a ginseng ficus. I really have not identified a front yet, but I'm thinking something about right there. I think that's the front that I will go with, but I'll just continue to kind of look at it from different angles to see what makes sense. That's kind of cool. You see that curve in it. That's not too bad. That could potentially be a front. Don't know. Let's continue to turn. That's different. This one has a nice aerial root that you see coming down. So I mean, this just has like a real, like an animalistic feel to it. It kind of reminds me of like a gorilla or an ape or something like that being in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think I'm here with it. You know, I think I'm there with it. But I did kind of like this. The back, if you will. Let me switch it around one more time. and see. Because this one is, when you look at it from this point of view, let me get my pruners in here so you can see what I'm seeing. It's almost like the trunk just goes up. It's too straight that way. But if you turn it around to the back, you have a little bit more movement in it. You see the trunk kind of goes like this, a little bit more curved. So what I potentially would do is take, to make the curve go that way, kind of start removing some of the branches over here. So I think I'm gonna go with it. In bonsai, you kind of debate a little bit, and then you start making cuts. And the first cut I'm gonna take off is this one, because this is coming towards you. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove that. And you can put these in rooting hormone and get cuttings. So to make my work easier, I'm gonna pause and grab my trash can. All right, I'm back. So we took that branch off that was coming towards you. So now we're going to take this branch off because we don't need it. Okay. We have a dead branch right here. So we'll take that off. All right, let's come back and see what y'all seeing. Okay. I have another dead branch back here. And that just snapped off. That make life easy. And these plants, they came from Walmart. Walmart, they always have their plants in the wrong medium. I think this was packed in some type of peat moss. It was saturated with water. These plants were pretty much rescues in my eyes. We got them out of the bad medium and put them in the right thing. There's a branch here. Take that off. And what we're doing is we're just getting some negative space in there. I think I'll keep this branch, but I'm thinking this may have to go. This branch right there is too vertical, and it's not really going with what we want. So let's go ahead and do something dangerous and take it off. Again, you could take this, put it into some rooting hormone, and you can make another tree from that. I like it. See, we're starting to get some direction to where everything's going this way now. There's some things that are dead on this branch that I'm just gonna cut back. Real fun, huh? Real fun stuff, huh? You have to be careful with ficus plants. They do produce a white substance, and I would show you right now, but I got such a good angle, I don't want to mess it up. But that white substance is, it can irritate some people's skin if it gets on them. So you just got to be careful. So now I'm looking to see how my branch structure is. And I really like that for now. Let me just get another. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of those dead twigs that came off, and I'm gonna just stick it in the soil. And from now on, I know that that's the front of my plant. I can always go back and refer to it if I'm ever looking for the front. So now what I want to do is give it a haircut. I want to bring it down just a little bit where I can. There may be some areas where I cannot. Let's clip it here. And remember, wherever you cut once, you will generally get 2 branches coming out from that point. And that's how you're going to get the foliage to be nice and dense. So I kind of like the way that's looking. Over time, these scars, they'll become calluses and you won't even know it's there. There's a dead section here. Let's cut that back a bit. And let's see, are there any other branches that don't make sense? I see some crossing of branches. This one in particularly, I think this would open it up. Take that out. And something tells me to cut this branch here. And I think that's all we want to cut for now. We just do a profile turn on it and whatnot. Let's take this back, take it down some. Just giving it a nice little haircut. I think we have better branch definition. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. There we go. Yeah. I like that better. So we'll let that do its thing and we'll check up on this in a year. That's how bonsai is. You know, you make a couple cuts and then you gotta chill for a year. So depending on how much food and energy these things have. I keep mine inside, keep mine near a window. So they don't grow as fast as they would outside. But I think that's it. So let me pause and go grab the next one. All right, here's the next bonsai that I have, and I will just do a silhouette, see if we can find the front. See how that looks. Also a Ginseng Ficus, also from Walmart, also was a rescue. That's interesting. Interesting. What do you guys think? Very difficult to determine what the front should be when you're dealing with Ginseng Ficus or anything that has a huge calyx like that. That's not flattering at all. Kind of like that. I kind of like it. You get a little bit of these aerial roots that are coming down. You got some space in between the two limbs. It's slanting, you know, going slanting in this direction. So let's just do some pruning and see what it says, see what it tells us. For this one, I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see. Hopefully that's a little better for you. About right there. Boom. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me balance that out. All right, let's make some cuts. First thing I'm gonna look for are branches that are dead. And the pruning is pretty good on these because I pruned them already last year. Just took some dead twigs off. So now that nothing dead remains, now we'll look for branches that are crossing. And I see two branches that are crossing. There's one here crossing with this branch here. Now I'll see what branch makes sense to keep in terms of the design, which I don't know where I want to go with it yet, but I will make a decision. I think I will cut this one in the back. The reason why I chose that because it was just growing towards the front of the plant. Let's see. I think for this one, I'm gonna let it stay in this style. I think I'm gonna just go with almost like a broom, where everything kind of comes up and it's nice and neat. Because I don't want to have too many bonsai that look alike. I just styled the other one to kind of look like the other one that I first showed. So I'm gonna just make some cuts. Because this one won't look good until you get it into a bonsai pot and you raise it up. So you can see how these look. And it probably put it on a slant like that, or maybe a slant like this. You know, put it in a pot to where it's leaning, so where you can accentuate that lean a little bit more. I'm just gonna do some thinning out of branches that I see. I'm gonna take this one off. Take this one off. Make a decision on these two. I think this one should come off. We got one in the back that's showing. Let's get this out. See how we doing. I see one that needs to, one that should be coming off. This one that's going up like that. Let me make sure I got the right one. Is it this one? Yeah. Let's get this out of there. I gotta keep looking because when I walk up to the plant, it's a little different than what I'm looking at in this camera. It is this one. Sorry, bud. We thank you for all you've done. And now we have looks better. I think I'm gonna take this off. This one is not as flattering as the other ones to me, but that could easily change when you put it into a bonsai pot. Let's see. This is this branch in the back. It's not giving me life, so we remove it. That made a big difference for me. The only other issue I have is with these two branches crossing each other. Let's take them out. And that looks a little better. Let me tilt it down so you guys can see. Give me a second. Yeah, I think there's one other branch in the back that's just not looking good visually. And I'm gonna go take it out. It's actually this one here. Would you look at that? Now we're down to 4 main limbs. And I like it. Less is more. Less is more. So now we're just going to give it a trim. And what I'm doing is I'm going right above the leaves. I'm going to the lowest leaf on the branch. And I'm cutting right above it. And the reason why is because wherever you cut once, you'll have 2 offshoots in that location. So that'll make the the leaves will make the plant become a little bit more thicker. There we go. There we go. Looks much better. Come see. My girlfriend just walked in. She always thinks I'm killing the plants. What do you think of that? Would you get at it on a scale of 1 to 10? She has a hand over her face shaking her head. But she doesn't know how to keep plants alive. I got to do everything around here. You know what I mean? So this has to come off. Yeah, that looks better. I actually like the way that this looks. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had someone at the door. So that's it. I actually like this one now. After I got it down and took off a lot of those branches that were getting in the way, I like it more. I think it's my favorite now of all of them, believe it or not. And I really want to get rid of this branch. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a spacer in it to get this branch to grow in this direction, to kind of balance the design a little bit more. But that's it. This is the Black Bonsai Guy. I am done for the day. I will do another video on how to water these bonsais through bottom immersion. It's the Black Bonsai Guy. I'm out.